And we are live for another Friday version of the Crypto Grind live stream. Welcome to everybody who is watching, whether it's now live or at your leisure. I am Crypto Grind, aka Stuart, and let's get right into it. So, before we jump into some of the news or anything like that, touching on some comments, we have got Gary coming in first. Welcome, Gary. It's good to see you in the chat. And then coming in second, we have Khalid, also another regular on the stream. And it is awesome to see you guys here. I'm sure we're going to have more people coming in as the stream gets going. But what we can do for now is just have a look and we can see that it is a pretty boring red crypto day. Not much else to say about it, really. We've got Bitcoin that has been flat for pretty much the last week, actually, 2% down, so more or less the same. And the last 24 hours, less than 1% down, so really nothing much to write home about. We can even have a look at the crypto bubbles as well. And you can see there's really not much to go on here. Got a couple that are down through the day. Casper, channel favorite, got Pepe down as well, which I don't really care about, to be honest with you, meme coin and all. But we've got a few green ones. Quant, one of my favorites, that's up nicely. Well, not nicely, but it's up. Immutable X up 10%. I'm not too sure why this is up so much, but it's a good project. I like Immutable. So it's good to see that some of them are still going up. Casper's a nice coin. I'm not a big fan of Hex, to be honest with you. XLM still making positive moves, even though XRP has come down. Still interesting to see XLM still in the green. So maybe that will be the move instead of XRP. Who knows? But if we have a look weekly, it's a little bit better. XDC, 41% up on the week. That's quite surprising. I'm not too sure. I think there might be some Japanese banks and financial institutions that are bringing on XDC, and that's probably why it's seen such a big move. I do like this project, and I have had a video that is still getting comments. I still don't believe that this is a 100x coin. There are a lot of people in the comments of that video who will disagree with me, but there is still a lot of coins to be released for XDC, and that's one of the reasons why I can't see it doing 100x even in the very long term. I would say 50x maybe, extremely long term, but 100x I don't think we'll ever see that for XDC, but I might be wrong. But weekly still pretty red, minus a few coins. We got Casper on the week up 6%. We got Tau up 8%. This project has actually been making some moves recently, so maybe it's something that we should be looking into, based on the BRC20, mistaken. So it's focusing all around that. But if we have a look, go back to our price charts, we can even take a look at what is trending for the moment. And surprise, surprise, WorldCoin is one of the ones that's trending. And it's trending downwards. As we said at the beginning of the week, WorldCoin wasn't really going to be setting the world on fire. I think when we did the stream, it was up around about 270. So it's down 50 cents in a few days. And I think that's just going to continue. There was a lot of hype around it. And what we can actually do from here is touch on that news actually that I did have set up around WorldCoin. And we have this gent over here, Sam Altman, who did help create ChatGPT. He has said, he claims that something like 8 people per second are registering their biometrics, but there's actually no data to back that up. So I'm not too sure if it is actually true or not. I can't say for certain, but if it is, I'll be very surprised. I can't believe that so many people would be handing over their biometrics so freely. And this is actually just one of the videos. I don't know if it's going to play, but we can try. That is very jerky. But this is apparently people lining up to have their biometrics taken. I don't know if this is true. I mean, for all we know, they were lining up to get the new Samsung or something like that. So if it is true and they're having their biometrics scanned, who knows? But I would be very, very surprised if we were seeing 8 people a second getting their biometrics scanned. In other news, we have the US Congressional Committee actually has started to approve some crypto regulations, which is a big move in the States, especially where they don't actually really enjoy sort of, you know, crypto. But what basically happened is there was a vote. There is the voting score here somewhere. I think it was 35 to 15. Here we go. In favor of the Republicans, who basically want sort of clear operating procedures between what we call the Commodity Futures and Trading Commission and the SEC. Who can do what? Who can say what's a security? Who can give advice and that sort of thing? And it's also going to help give clear criteria for categorizing crypto assets, whether they're securities or commodities. They have also asked for more funding as well. I did see a foster collaboration. Yeah, included a provisional $120 million funding for the CFTC, would grant agency new authority to supervise digital assets as per the proposed legislation. Now, apparently the Democrats were not too happy with this, which doesn't really surprise me all that much, seeing as how anti-crypto the Democrats are. But I think this is probably a positive step in the States. How long this will take to actually see fruition, who knows? But yeah. And then moving on to other news, speaking about Democrats, Sam Bankman-Fried has had some charges dropped against him, or charges against him dropped, rather. I don't know the full story, but essentially there were charges that were brought up against him in the Bahamas, which the Bahamas have said they're not going to be seeking extradition for him to the Bahamas to face those charges. And because of that, the prosecutors in America have decided to drop that portion of the case against him and drop those specific charges against him. I am a bit disappointed by this because I don't want to see this weasel actually go free. I don't like him. I think that he has ripped a lot of people off. I think there's even, I think if I'm not mistaken, Army Piper had some money in FTX that is now gone. So yeah, it's a win for him, but we will see. He does have a trial coming up in October this year, so we'll see how far it goes, really. And hopefully he will actually be punished for what he did, because really, really, he should be punished. A lot of people lost money because of what he did. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. This is going to be a developing story, but it's a bit of a win for him at the moment. Not going to be extradited to the Bahamas. He's going to still be at home under house arrest. And his biggest punishment at the moment is that he is not allowed internet access, so he can't play League of Legends. I don't know if anybody saw that, but apparently he was addicted to League of Legends. Even in business meetings, he would be playing League of Legends and not paying attention to the meeting itself. So that's what he would land up doing. And they've now, this is their punishment for him. They've taken his internet away, so he can't play League of Legends. So I think it's pretty stupid, but it is what it is. Just going back to the chat a little bit, we've got Jason coming in. Welcome, Jason. Good to see you in the chat. It's glad to see that you have finally joined the Telegram and you're on the chat there as well. So welcome, welcome. Colin coming in as well. Welcome, Colin. Good to see you in the chat as well. They paid people that would sign up. I'm assuming that is for this WorldCoin thing. And maybe they could be paid actors to just pretend to stand in a queue to say to everybody it's safe. It's sad that people probably would stand in that queue and would sign up for money, because it's a sad situation that we're in globally with the economy the way it is, and people will take money wherever they can. So I hope that they're not being paid to eventually be ripped off with everything that WorldCoin has to offer. But we will just have to wait and see what goes on. Got Colin over here. Sadly, SBF getting easy ride is kind of bullish for crypto. I don't know. In a way, yes. But what I would probably say is, if he gets a free ride, what are you saying to anybody else out there who is, trying to run a scam? That you can run a scam, you'll get arrested, but nothing else is going to happen to you. You're not going to be prosecuted. So I don't think him getting an easy ride is bullish for crypto. I think the crypto market hasn't really reacted one way or the other. If we go back to what we're seeing here, I think we kind of expected that he is going to have an easy ride because of his affiliation with the Democrats. So are we expecting him to do serious jail time? Probably not. He's going to get a slap on the wrist. He might land up with a sentence of a couple of years, then get out on good behavior after a few years. So I don't know if it's bullish for crypto as a whole. I think it's a sad situation, and probably what it'll do is scare people off from investing in crypto and going into the various exchanges and stuff like that, because they're worried that the new Sam Bankman-Fried can come along and steal their money, basically. So bullish, probably not. I think we just have to watch the story and hope that he gets what's coming to him. But the markets, I think we've pretty much forgotten about SBF. I mean, we don't even have BitBoy chasing him out in the Bahamas anymore, looking into his dirty car and stuff like that. So, you know. Has, welcome. It's good to see you back in the stream again. It's good to have you here. Next comment over here, we got Colin giving away other people's. Yeah, exactly. Giving away other people. Seth in the chat. Welcome to Seth, another gem hunter. It's good to see you here, brother. I hope that you are doing well. I don't know if you're going to be live today on the Gem Hunters, but I think yesterday's chat was good. I'm sure today's one will be good as well. Gary read he donated to 93 million. Yeah, so my understanding about what SBF did as well was he helped facilitate payments between the various Democrats and some people who were donating money to the party. So, and he facilitated everything through the FTX platform itself, which wouldn't surprise me. And you get someone like Gary Gensler who says it's for money laundering and stuff like that, but it's the way that the Democrats got paid. I think he was one of their largest benefactors, and he'll get a free ride because I think he knows a lot, and he will say, "I'm going to bring people down with me if you decide to punish me," basically. We have got Somali Flame. Welcome to the chat as well. Addicted to League of Legends or managing billions of dollars. This is why Sam is just the fall guy. This guy is too stupid to scam people like that over in crypto. You know what? In a way, I agree with you, but I would also say that sometimes the people who appear the dumbest are the ones who they have street smarts. They know when to say the right thing. And that's probably why he landed up scamming as many people as he did. I do know that there were a couple of people who didn't like what he was doing, sitting in meetings playing League of Legends, and actually stood up and walked out. I can't remember who it was, but he met with an MD from a company and she stood up and walked out from the meeting because she just said he was being disrespectful and he actually wasn't paying attention to what was going on. He had a lot of people doing things for him. And I think he surrounded himself with the right people. You just look at that house that the weird situation he had in that house where he was living with everybody. And he had a lot of people doing the right things for him. And I think he managed to manipulate them. So probably I can't remember. I think he went to an Ivy League college. So I think he's intelligent, but he was very street smart. He knew how to read people, how to manipulate them. And that's how he got what he wanted. And he got into all the right places at the right time. So, yeah, it's, again, a sad state of affairs. And I do hope that he gets punished for what he did, because what he did wasn't right. Huss, make sure you're hitting that like button. Yeah, guys, everybody, please don't forget, what we're actually going to start calling it here on the Crypto Grind is the Crypto Grind tax. Now, this is the best kind of tax because it doesn't cost you anything. All it means is that you have to hit that like button. So, tax for watching this video, hitting the like button, and bonus points if you hit that share as well. So please, guys, it really does help the channel. It definitely pushes us into the algorithm. Every stream, we are getting more and more views, more and more people coming in, and bigger reach. And that's because everybody is hitting that like button. So don't forget to do that, guys. Somali Flame, you see point. Yeah, I think psychopath is probably a good way to describe it, to be honest with you. He just was very manipulative. And I think even now you probably find just the way that he's talking. He knows things. He knows things that what Democrats, you have a lot of those Democrats. I'm pretty sure he even has some dirt on guys like Gary Gensler and so on. So it doesn't surprise me that he knows things, that he's able to manipulate people as easily as he can. I mean, he did some seriously shady things, buying his parents a house with borrowed money, essentially, which for me was just absolutely scary. And his parents are still living in the house. And I can't remember what the house is worth, but it is worth huge sums of money. And they are still living in the house. They haven't given it back. And I don't think they'll ever have to give it back, which is even worse. The people who have their money tied up in FTX are just going to see their money sit there forever and ever and ever. And it's really just, it's really sad. Now, guys, one thing I did want to talk about is this altcoin rally that we thought was going to happen in July. That actually didn't really happen. And I must be honest, I was one of the people, especially after we had XRP doing what it did. I thought that was going to be the catalyst, and I thought we were going to see not massive gains, but I thought that we were going to see some of the lower caps making 2, 3, 4, 5 X's. And that never happened. There are so many of them. We can, some of the ones that we talk about often, I talk about Morpheus Network quite often. And I really thought we were going to see a big pump on this one, going back to maybe, $2 or something like that. But it didn't happen. And I think the big takeaway from that is, yes, we probably still have a little bit more time to accumulate your favorite low caps or your high caps or whatever your favorite coins are. But it just shows that the market still has that bearish sentiment. What are we sitting at? Total market cap 1.1. We went to 1.2 for a little bit, and we've come back down to the 1.1 trillion. So I'm happy to see that we're holding above the 1.1 trillion. I think that's very good. I think that we probably won't dip below that again. How low or how high we're going to go, I don't know. We're very stagnated at the moment, and I think it's all part of the 4-year cycle. I think we sit in this now, what we call an accumulation zone for a lot of people. That's what we're going to call it. We're going to be within a range for a long time. If we have at Morpheus, we can see it's been $1.20 and as low as 99 cents. So yeah, I was very surprised. I must be honest with you. I called it. I said we're going to have a mini altcoin rally, and it never happened. It never happened. So I must say, maybe August, maybe September, but I still do genuinely believe we're going to see a bit of an altcoin rally before the end of the year. Nothing major. It's not like we're going to see all-time highs or new all-time highs for a lot of these coins. Like it's going to be mini 1, 2, 3x from where we are, and then we'll see some more consolidation again in my mind. So how long it's going to take, I don't know. We have decent volumes, I guess, but the volumes still are not, down 16% if we have a look here at this volume here. So this is the global chart in terms of volume. If we do the last month, let's have a look at the last month. How are we doing? We're still holding okay, but this, I think, was the XRP date. So I think we can sort of discount that because there was a lot of trading for XRP here. So if you think about it, we're pretty flat. We started the month at around about 1.18, and it seems we're finishing the month at that as well. So yeah, I don't know what more to say. If you have a look, these are the volumes here, the 24-hour volumes, and it's been fairly flat, maybe a bit of a decline after XRP, the XRP news. The volume has declined to a certain extent, which is, if we just take away the market cap, you can see the volume over here. And if we have look over the last 3 months, it's not loading the time, but it's, I don't know. We'll have to see. Colin, choke point starting to play out. Thoughts on volume? Yeah, if we have a look, we can take a look at Bitcoin itself. We don't have our, it doesn't seem like we have our TA expert Puppy in the chat today. He normally has some really great TA. Mine is very basic. I've just got some support and resistance lines drawn up here. We are starting to probably see this sort of descending wedge play out a little bit, I would think. I think we're going to be playing between the zone for a long time. You can see we came to the 31, 32 mark and we rejected that line again. And I think that's going to happen for a lot of the year. It seems like we're flirting with this 28,000 mark over here. And I reckon we might break it sometime during the year. We might sort of break down past that and then down to 25 or maybe even over here around about 26, 27. So I don't think we're going much lower than that. I don't think that Bitcoin is going to hit 20. I don't think it's going to hit 15. I don't think it's going to hit 8 as a lot of people were predicting. But this is where we are. And like Somali Flame says here in the chat as well, is first high then low will generally rise. And you're right, you are correct in saying that. We did have some of the high caps having a bit of a pump. You know, we had Bitcoin and ETH. They had a nice time for quite a while. We know when we had that, I think it was in June, where we saw it going up and everybody was then on the bandwagon. Oh, Bitcoin to 35. I said right then, we're not making it past 32, and I was right. I think we touched past 32 and then came back down. But we can actually zoom out here on the daily and we can see what it did. So when was this? April. See, this is what we were talking about here, where we had these numbers, and then into June where we had a nice little pump and everyone was like, oh yes, look, we're going back up, and it never happened. So since then, since we had this bottom over here, this is 2022 rather, sorry, I should be looking here. This is the pump over here that everybody was saying, yeah, that's it. This is the start of the bull run. And every single YouTuber, I'm sure you saw, except there were some of us, like Gem Hunters didn't say it, but there were a lot. Bull run starting. This is it. Your favorite coin is going to 100x. And this was all of this over here because we saw this happening. And then it bumped up against some resistance, and then it went again, and everybody said, oh, that's it, we're coming to 35. So, yeah. And we didn't really see a lot of the lower caps doing this. ETH and Bitcoin did it. And there was some, not even the mid caps. I think what happened round about this time is when we started having the news about some of the other coins, your Solanas, your ADAs, whatever, being securities. And I think that probably stagnated the market to a large extent and slowed down the growth of some of those lower caps. And I think we still need to see that catch up for the mid and low caps. They didn't really have their time. And we've had a look at the crypto bubbles. You can even have a look at them over the past month. We are still up for some. XDC, I think we know why. We know XRP. Doge, that's just thanks to Elon with his whole X. Casper, that's just a community-driven coin. That's why that's pumped the way it has. DAO Maker, I'm not too sure why they've seen such a big jump. We know that Chainlink are involved with, the Swift. They're involved with Swift, and there was news that came out of that. So a lot of these had pumps for a genuine reason. It wasn't because they were following the Bitcoin trend. And it's still very surprising to me, I must be honest with you. I thought that we would at least see some of these mid caps, you know, the Solana. Solana did okay, but again, I think they had some more VC money coming in, and that's why it moved the way that it did. But the mid caps really did surprise me with how little they actually went up, in my opinion. Somali Flame buying MITX, think it's a 100x gem. I have recently covered that on my channel, and I think that coin, I think MITX is criminally underrated. It's one of the few that I say is criminally undervalued. The other one is Algorand for me. These are the two coins that there are others out there that do well, and I mean that are low and probably should be higher, but this is one of the few. that should be a lot higher than what it is, and that's why I still say it's an absolute bargain. This is a gem in itself. I mean, 400 million from here, 420 million from here, I think is possible in my mind, especially when you're going to have retail coming in, or rather institutions coming into the crypto space in the next bull run. Once we see some more regulation and stuff like that, it's going to do well, because they're going to help onboard a lot of those who aren't too sure what to do with how do they get into this Web3 space? What are they going to do? So I think that this one is going to be one that is going to help that. And this even the 70 million, this was the last bull run as well. I think this was tiny. So they've got a lot of growth to go. They're going to do quite well. Like the title of this video says as well, alt rally ahead. I still think that there is going to be one. And I think MITX might be one of the few that actually does a bit of a runner and surprises a lot of people. Also, some of the others, I think we could have a look at some categories and probably see, I can see how that AI is hotting up, and I'll probably imagine that this is going to be another one that is going to see some pretty good gains in another mini altcoin run, especially some of the old favorites. I don't think Ocean Protocols AI really, to be honest with you, but I think Singularity will see a little bit of a run. Fetch, and my other favorite, which is further down here, is Viot, wherever that is here. I think those ones will have quite a nice little run. And again, it's not going to be anything more than a 2 or 3x, but we will see profits at some point in time before the end of the year, before we have that sort of settlement, and then really into the bull run at the beginning of next year. Jason, positive news coming from Lab since your video. Yeah, I saw that. I think the video was some pretty good timing. They actually, I don't know what the price has done, but I think it has gone up. It's what we were talking about on the Gem Hunters stream yesterday, was that we wanted to see action from Labs. There were a lot of talk. They've got a nice partnership with Arsenal. They've got a whole bunch coming out with their Stay Next, but we weren't really seeing anything massive. But I see here that people saying that they have partnered with Huawei. Now, I don't know if that's true. You can check out their Twitter and have a look at that. But partnering up with people, that's great in my mind. But it's short term. It's short term positive news. We still want to see. You see, now we've got official ecosystems partner. Now, what does that? What I want to know is, what does that mean? Because we've got Huawei. Who are they partnered with? I think MITX, actually, if I'm not mistaken. So they partnered with MITX as well. So they are trying to get themselves into the Web3 space. But what is the partnership going to do? So it says partnership will deliver broader travel experiences, unparalleled convenience, and diverse hotel itinerary options for all. So does that mean you can only book on Stay Next if you have a Huawei? We can have a look at the Medium article here, because if that's the case, when most of or a lot of the world have got Samsung and Apple as their go-to phones, and you can only book if maybe you're going to get discounts. I don't know. Let's see. Partnership with tech giant Huawei to leverage Web3 technologies, enhance travel and hospitality. Partnership will potentially offer users more comprehensive travel experience. Advanced AI tools. They'll provide travelers with a wider range of hotels and itinerary options. Okay, so it's not about your actual devices, it's about the technology behind it. Delighted to partner with StayNext. Now, also what we want to see here with StayNext as well is you actually want to see this product coming out. It's great. It's a good idea, but we need to see action. This partnership is a move in the right direction. If they're going to make use of, Huawei is a tech giant. If it's just going to be their phone, no. then I don't think it's as positive as we would like it to be. But if it's more, and by the sounds of it, it is going to be a little bit more than that, then it's positive news for labs. And it's a project that can do well. How long they're going to push this partnership for, I don't know. I say here, everyone participates in the first phase of the NFT minting. Thrilled to announce that phase 1 has officially concluded. Thanks to overwhelming support, we've minted a significant number of NFTs. So this might be the news that we're looking for. This might be the news where we go, okay, just stay next, because that's the whole point of your NFTs. The NFTs are essentially your part ownership of these hotels and days at the hotel, basically. So if this is going to be up and running and you actually have NFTs that are going to have function, it's good. So this is something that we've been looking for, and a definite step in the right direction. They need to carry on with this momentum now. I said before, I didn't think that it was ever a rug pull or a scam or anything like that. But we said it in the stream yesterday on Gem Hunters that we were concerned that we just weren't seeing anything happening. So now that we've got this over here, it's looking more positive. So let's keep going with this. We're going to stay on track. Labs won't be the last time that we talk about it in the stream or on my channel in videos, but this could be the start of something really, really good. I'm pretty positive about that. So yeah, it's actually a good thing that you reminded me, Jason, because I'd actually forgotten about that. Forgotten all about the news about labs. I did see that they had some positive things coming out. And you know, they're very fortunate with where they are right now within the real world asset space, because there's actually not too many projects out there in the RWA space that are looking positive. There's a lot of them that are talking, and I think the three that have sort of cornered the market at the moment are Labs, Relio, and the other one that I spoke about yesterday, which is the Galileo protocol. And this is the one that isn't being spoken about all that much, but I do like this project. The first one built on the Quant network itself, the Quant chain. I can't remember what the QRC20 token. So they're making use of Quant, which I think is pretty interesting. And these guys, they are looking to tokenize not only land, but as any asset, whether it's a watch, a camera, a car, they're going to look to tokenize it. So this is one that is probably undervalued in my mind. I don't know if I would be going into it just yet. The team have announced a few things. I haven't looked at the website for a while, so maybe the website has been updated since I last looked at it. I did a video on this, and it was supposed to go onto the Gem Hunters channel, and I don't think we ever released it for one reason or another. And then we did our rebrand, and we did the live stuff. So one nice thing is that they listed on LCX as well with this. So they're looking for that regulation, which is great. And LCX, I'm pretty bullish on myself. And then I just want to see here when they talk about the actual tokenization of assets, industry cases. So yeah, what they're looking at is music, luxury goods like watches and that sort of thing. Obviously, value of community tokens as well. So they've got quite a few use cases. I'd be interested to see how this music one is going to play out. You know, they're going to be sort of competing with a lot with the likes of Gala. We have Audius, another one that I like as well, which not a lot of people are talking about, is Co-Write. So the music one will be an interesting one to see if they get that right as well. But still very positive on this one. And of course, Relio is another one that I do like and I do think will do very, very well. I have seen some crazy predictions for for Relio. I don't know, let's see if I can find one here. People saying it's going to 1000x. I don't think it's going to do that much. All these lists, yeah. We'll find one. If we keep scrolling, we'll find one. Don't worry. Here we go. This might have it. There you go. Boom. Doesn't give prices. We can keep going. We'll find one. Algorand going to the moon. Yep. Anybody who isn't in Algorand, not financial advice, but going to Algorand. Where is one now? You know, last night when I was going through, here's one. Market cap, that's current market cap. We will find it. Just stick with me, chat. Stick with me. Let's see. This guy always shows coins. Nope. I did see others. I saw where they said that we were going to 1000x Relio. I don't think we're going to 1000x. Another good project over there. So if we have a look at Rio right now, Relio network, 1000x from here. I don't think that we're going to see $1 billion in this space just yet. So I think 1000x is a bit ambitious in my mind. I've seen other people saying that we're even going up to $50. I've seen one $85, which is absolute madness from this point. So yeah, I don't think we're going that high, unfortunately. I do hold Relio, so of course I wanted to do well. If a 1000x, I'll be very excited, but I can't see that happening. Let's see, Relio $5. That's probably more realistic. I mean, that's a 200x. That's probably more realistic than the $1,000. Guys, if you do have any questions as well, make sure to drop them in the chat. If you have anything any burning questions that you want to talk about. We've got probably another 10, 15 minutes of the stream. So if there is anything you want to ask, go ahead and ask. Otherwise, we can maybe take a look at one or two coins. I can see this Telegram bot has done very well. I know we had SSM, one of the fellow gem hunters, who called one of these. I don't know which one, but it did a 200x or 200% or something like that. So if you guys haven't already, check out SSM's channel. He has some great content, making really good videos, and he's making some good calls. So if you haven't already, make sure you're checking him out. Thought on Ava. Ava. This one over here, is this one we're talking about, Jason? I actually haven't looked at this one at all, to be honest with you. It's one of the coins that I actually have not heard of. So you are introducing me in the chat to a brand new coin. So well done. 2017 leading blockchain-based travel booking platform backed by Binance. Allows people to book more than 3 million travel products, including accommodation, flights, activities. Uses native token, which powers the customer loyalty program. Okay, so my question to this one here, it's got a nice market cap, tokenomics look pretty good. But my question around this one would be, what is the need right now? What makes it unique? To make crypto payments a mainstream option. Okay, so essentially with this, they're trying to be cheaper than traditional methods, which I'm not too sure how they're going to go about doing that. No hidden costs. There's always going to be hidden costs in the travel industry, in my mind. Unrivaled loyalty program. We can take a look at the loyalty program. So my big thing with this is there are a lot of things in the crypto space at the moment that really don't really have a need. You know, you have a look at this right now. If we go to something like, I'm just going to use booking.com or Trivago, They do the job, and you can just pay in, in your fiat. So and what's to stop them from onboarding crypto payments? That they can really use something like a Chainlink or a Quant or something like that, and onboard those payments, and then this sort of becomes average again. So I would like to see what they're already doing in chat. Choose from credit, debit, and leading cryptocurrency. So all we need is a Booking.com or Trivago to do the same thing. And then these guys are just another competitor. So I wouldn't say go all in on this. I know that it's backed by Binance, so that's very nice. But with this one, I would probably say save your money and put it into something else, because there's no real uniqueness. There's nothing that says we have to use this coin, if that makes sense. And that's what I want. I want utility in a coin. If I don't have utility and something in Web2 already does it, then it doesn't really excite me. What do you think of Moon River if it goes back to its all-time high? Moon River is an interesting one. Why is it not coming up here? It's an interesting one. Parachain to Kusama. I don't know if this is going to go back to its all-time high, to be honest with you. I think that there's probably better projects, and one of the reasons why I would say Moon River is probably not the best is because it's essentially, where everything gets tested. So instead of buying into something like Moonbeam, for example, which would probably be a better idea, because Moonbeam is something that's going to be used. Moon River is just going to be a test spot, and then you're going to have, yeah. So I wouldn't honestly. The reason why you're looking, I would say a lot of people look at Moon River is because it has a smaller market cap. So they think that it can do its 100, its all-time high, 100x. You're going to make some good points. You're going to make some good money. But Moonbeam is where probably more traffic is going to be seen than Moon River to a larger extent. So, if you're looking for a 100x, there's probably better out there in a huge range of projects, And I mean, what are we looking at? We're at, I don't know, 8x, I would assume you can say, from here to its all-time high. Yeah, so I wouldn't look at Moon River, to be honest with you. I'm not saying that it's a bad project, but I don't really like the test nets when these are going to be working. You're going to have the live environments that are going to be working. So probably not one that I would do. If you're looking for a 100x, go somewhere else instead of that. Nothing against Moon River itself. It's an okay project. But yeah, I think that there's probably better ways that you could invest your money. SSM called Chatter Shield. Yeah, he did. And he really called it. He did such a good job. So, congratulations to him. Jason, good points. Better off with labs. No USP to it. Thanks for the input. Yeah, exactly. I want projects that have usability, and it's one of the reasons why you've heard me. I'm sure a lot of you have heard me so against Casper. There's nothing to it, and I know Crypto John had some points yesterday where he said Casper was peer-to-peer, but that's not utility for me. That means nothing to me, because I can send you XRP, I can send you ADA, anything on a wallet. I can use one of my patrons picked up. I don't know if any of you have seen the video, but on Scallop. Now, Scallop is like WhatsPay. You're using a crypto wallet to pay for things. So if Casper's main point is peer-to-peer payments, then why can't I load Bitcoin or XRP or ADA or Cardano or sorry, not Cardano, or DOT or anything else onto Scallop and pay you with that? So peer-to-peer for me is not usability. It's not utility. It's pointless. I can pay with things with Floki at places. It doesn't make it a good coin. It still makes it a meme. So people can come at me, and I've already had people. You should see what my Twitter DMs used to look like before I wiped them. Come at me about Casper. Once we have a utility, I will backtrack on what I said. But we're sitting at 700 million already. It's jumped again. There are people who have made money in it, so they're sticking to it now because they've made money. But this is exactly a week ago. This is what Archie and I were saying. We've topped out over here, and there's profits. We've actually pretty much got a double top. And a double top there and there tells you that we're going down. We've rejected honor resistance twice. And if you really want to, cut hairs, split hairs, 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. We've rejected these levels here. You can draw a line there as an average. We've rejected that line. So we're going down. And it looks like we're coming back up to test again, but there's a lot of profit taking that's happening over here. So of course the people on YouTube and Twitter and whatnot are going to pump the coin. Here's a better example. Here's your double top on your yearly. Double top right there. We're coming down. It's profit taking. It's going to come all the way back down here. And people are going to buy here. And who knows, I might buy some because I want profits, but that's it. People are going to buy here. They're going to make, what's this price here? This is 14 cents. So they're going to make close on a 3x, okay? And they're going to say, Casper is the, I'm going to swear, Casper is the shit. And it's going to make us a lot of money. So, yeah, there's no utility in this coin. And I will say it until the cows come home. The website looks nice. They talk the talk. They say that they've solved the blockchain trilemma because they have a whole bunch of other things. They use DAG technology, which is cool. But guess what? A lot of people use DAG technology. I mean, we have it in the chat right here. Somali Flame saying, DAG, guess what? They use DAG technology. So they solve the trilemma, but A0, the A0 uses, well, they say that they've solved the trilemma. Algorand say they've solved the trilemma. Solana said that they had, which we know that they haven't. I can just rattle off a number of coins. Who else have said it? Trias say that they've solved the trilemma. Saito, another coin, they say they've solved it. It's stupid in my mind. And you can send people to this thing and they can come and hate on me. It's fine. I don't care. But it is stupid to believe that words and saying that you solved the trilemma when you actually haven't, or you claim to, but we don't know. And like Archie, he had a good point yesterday. Archie said, once smart contracts come live on this, then the speed is going to absolutely dump because of the smart contract. So, and if they wanted to be peer-to-peer or store of value, why do you need smart contracts? You're a layer 1. Yeah. Sorry, that's my rant. I'll stop. I will stop. I'll stop Casper hating before the Casper army come on me. Come at me. Sorry. Sorry, we had that DAG question. Let me just bring it up again. Invested in DAG, looks like a project with good utility waiting for lower entry. I must admit, I've seen a lot of people talking about DAG, and when we were looking at our lists over here on Twitter, whenever I sort of see a lot of them making the same lists, like these sort of ones here. Also, by the way, guys, if you want to follow a good crypto YouTuber, follow this guy, Mason, Crypto Mason. He knows what he's talking about. He's a very intelligent guy. He does shill some coins though, which is a bit disappointing, but go and follow him. He's very good. So these sort of lists here, a lot of them mention DAG. So sometimes I steer clear of those sort of projects, but I have seen it, and I think it does have utility, nice low cap. Tokenomics probably not the best, but I don't know what the vesting schedule is and when the release schedule for these coins is. But yeah, I think this could do well. And have a look when the internet loads up. We'll have a look at the price charts. It is coming down, which is interesting. That was over the last day, though. Let's check the month. We've hit some highs over here. We're looking at all time. So we're at levels that we haven't really seen. Last time we saw this was the beginning of the year. So if you're looking for lower entry prices, you might not find too many. So if you're looking to get into this project, just remember there's a rule. If in doubt, zoom out. And that's exactly what we've done here. We've gone and we've had a look at all-time high. We touched here in January this year. Is that January this year? Yes, 2022. That's December. And then again, just before the bull run started in 2021. So if you think about that, it's probably a good time to start DCAing into a project like this. We're at lows, and Algorand is the same. So maybe wait a little bit more, but I wouldn't hold on to my money too much longer. You don't have to go all in. Just remember you can DCA into a project, and you'll get your average. Rand Banter, yep, I saw that. That's because of the whale, the Killer Whales TV show, I think. So I like Scallop, and it was actually one of my Patreons who brought it up, and I did it as a Patreon review. And again, like I say, a lot of you guys know more than I do when it comes to this stuff. But what I like is they have a really nice onboarding as well. It's where people are trying to choke us in the crypto space is how do we get our money on and off onto these spaces. And if we have a good on and off ramp, then it's perfect. And if you have a Scallop wallet, you can walk around paying with everything. You don't even need to worry about your cryptos. You sit there and you go, sure, but how am I going to actually take this and put it into my bank account? And if you have something like a Scallop, then it's fine. Then it's perfect. So I saw what he did, and I think that he did very well, proving that it's a working concept. So I think Scallop it's a very good project, and I think they've got a lot going for them, and they're only going to do better. Chronotech, another one that I haven't really looked at all that much. Chronotech sitting at 12 million, circulating supply 100%, super low total supply. Blockchain-based solution for recruitment, HR payments, reducing the barriers, accessing work, transferring funds securely. So this is going to be sort of in competition with things like your Hive, I would then say. Let's see if we have a look, what's all time? When did it do this? 2022. That was a big pump. And in a bull market. That does concern me, if I'm being honest with you. We were in the middle of a bull market and we saw a pump. This screams danger, red flag over here to me. So I would probably need to do a bit more research into this project. I know that you get these people who say, whatever. But over here, this for me screams manipulation. So I would be very careful on this one because it did nothing. I mean, this one, look, it's been going since 2017. So I don't know. There might be a reason for this. So I'm taking it as face value for now. But yeah, let's just be very careful on that one. Jason coming in with, let's have a look here. His comments are loading slowly again, guys. Apologize for that. Keeping an eye on Scallop looks like a good project. It does. I agree. Wouldn't mind a card myself. Yeah, I would love to have one. Maybe I should actually get on it and apply for one. I don't know how long it takes. I don't know what you have to do, but I think you can use your phone as a wallet as well. So you just, do your normal what's it? Tap payments. I can't remember the technology. But yeah, it might just use tapping on your phone and not just the MasterCard itself. You have a digital card on your phone and pay for things. So if that's the case, fantastic. All right, guys, if there are no more questions, then I think we will be ending the stream there. So I'll give you a few more seconds to get in the last questions. Otherwise, I'll be wrapping it up. And then we will be getting ready for Tuesday's stream all over again. A new week, new time to earn some money. I really, once again, just want to say thank you to everybody who has watched. Put in the comments, hit that like button. Again, make sure that you are paying your CryptoGrind tax and hitting that like button. That's all you have to do. That's the only tax you have to pay here on CryptoGrind. If you want to, I have my free Telegram. The link is in the description as well. If you're not already part of that, make sure you're joining that. If you would like to become a patron as well, link is in the description. But again, no pressure. I just want to build a really nice community here, whether you're on Patreon or Telegram, whatever, as long as you're dropping by, paying your CryptoGrind tax. And again, we're going to wrap up the same way we do every single week. I know that Gary has already started early, and well, I suppose it's not early for him, but it's early for us. I still have a few hours before the end of the workday, but have a nice, relaxing weekend. Gary started with a few beers already. I will probably join you at the end of my day with a beer of my own, or maybe even a whiskey. Feeling like maybe a whiskey will be good. Go outside, touch some grass, get some fresh air, walk away from the charts. Remember, we're not always about crypto here. We talk about everything, not only crypto. You need to give yourself time to walk away from the charts and just reset yourself. Go for a walk, whatever it is that you need to do to just take your mind away from it. Personally, I will probably be hitting the gym. I'll go for a run. I'll turn on my PlayStation, whatever the case is. Yeah, otherwise, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Really appreciate every single one of you. And like I said, always, if there's at least one person in the stream, I will be here Tuesdays and Fridays, and probably adding a third one in the near future. But thanks very much for watching, guys. Like Colin says, some family time. Once again, Jason, hit that like button for the weekend. Thanks for every single one of you to watching, and I will